أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لقد نصركم الله في مواطن كثيرة ويوم حنين إذ أعجبتكم كثرتكم فلم تغن عنكم شيئا وضاقت عليكم الأرض بما رحبت ثم وليتم مدبرين. Last we had discussed a little bit in regards to the background of the Battle of Hunain, and we had reached a point where we mentioned that Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam had now come with the Sahaba and he had camped on the plains of Hunain. When he had camped, Hazrat Suhail bin Hanzala radiallahu ta'ala, he came to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and he informs Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam that one of the horsemen of the kuffar came, and he said that the kuffar have come with their wives, their children, they have brought all their wealth and they have come onto the battlefield. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam smiled at this occasion, and on this occasion, and what did he say? He said that don't worry, tomorrow all that is going to belong to us. It is mentioned thereafter Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam told Hazrat Abdullah bin Hadrad radiallahu ta'ala, he said that I want you to go and check on the kuffar, spy on the kuffar, that what is their condition. So Abdullah bin Hadrad radiallahu ta'ala, secretly he went to spy on the kuffar. He found that Malik bin Auf, who was the commander of the army, he's telling the kuffar that don't worry about Nabi alayhi salam and the Muslimin. He said that they had won the Quraysh of Makkah, they conquered Makkatul Mukarramah. So therefore in their mind they think they are now very, very powerful. They never fought a nation that were experienced. We are experienced in war, we know how to fight, we know the tactics of war. So he has never fought such a nation. So he said, tomorrow when you come onto the battlefield, I want you to break the sheaths of your sword. Take out the sword and break the sheath. And behind you must be your wives and your children. And behind that must be your wealth. And then we will all attack at once. And because they were so experienced in war, in the various valleys that were around Hunain, they had put in, they had stationed their soldiers in there. That if there is if we are in difficulty, we have any problems, then you people must come out and then you people must assist. So in this way they had planned themselves. On the other side, what was the condition of the Muslims? The Muslims never had so many people, 14,000 Sahaba ready to fight. Never before, Battle of Badr, 313 Sahaba against 1,000 kuffar. Here they got 14,000 Sahaba. So some of the Sahaba, they looked at the numbers. When they looked at the numbers, they said we got 14,000. They said we'll never be overpowered today. It is mentioned when the battle started, Allah Ta'ala granted victory to the believers. As they were winning, the kuffar started fleeing the battlefield. As they fled the battlefield, now where did the gaze of the mu'mineen go? It went onto now the spoils of war. So they started going for the spoils of war. But before the war started, they said we'll never be overpowered because we got 14,000. Their gaze was no longer on Allah Ta'ala. It went now onto their numbers. So Allah Ta'ala's help on this occasion immediately moved. The moment the help of Allah Ta'ala moved, it is mentioned those kuffar that were hiding in all the valleys that were around Hunain, those kuffar now made an attack. And they came onto the battlefield. They attacked so fiercely that all the Sahaba now started fleeing, started running away from the battlefield. And it was only Nabi alayhi salam is left on the battlefield. He is going forward. And Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam with him is as Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala, Hazrat Umar radiallahu ta'ala, Hazrat Abbas radiallahu ta'ala, that is holding the stirrup of the animal of Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam. And Abu Sufyan bin Harith radiallahu ta'ala, Hazrat Ali radiallahu ta'ala, Hazrat Abdullah bin Mas'ud radiallahu ta'ala, and Hazrat Mughira radiallahu ta'ala. These were the only Sahaba that remained with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Hazrat Abbas radiallahu ta'ala, his uncle, had a very, very loud voice. So Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam told Hazrat Abbas radiallahu ta'ala that, oh Abbas, make an announcement to the Sahaba that how can you flee the battlefield? Where is your self-honor? Come back onto the battlefield. So Hazrat Abbas radiallahu ta'ala, he announced. It is mentioned then Sahaba came back. When they came back, they started fighting. And Allah Ta'ala sent down the armies. وَأَنزَلَ جُنُودًا لَمْ تَرَوْهَا. Allah Ta'ala sent armies from the heavens, which you were unable to see. That Sahaba didn't see these armies that came down. And then Allah Ta'ala granted victory to the mu'mineen. It is mentioned just for that moment, they went through that difficulty. Why? Because of their gaze moved away for a moment from Allah Ta'ala, it went on to their numbers. So Allah Ta'ala's help went away. Whilst Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam was alone on the battlefield, he told them the day before that all the spoils of war is going to come to us. So what did he say? He said, Ana Nabiyyu la kadhib, Ana ibnu Abdul Muttalib. I am the Nabi of Allah. There's no lie in this whatsoever that I'm am the Nabi of Allah. I am the son of Abdul Muttalib. And then he said, Ilayya ibadallah, come to me, O the servants of Allah. Inni Rasulullah, I'm the Rasul of Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala. So finally Allah ta'ala granted them victory. It is mentioned how many kuffar lost their lives? 70 kuffar lost their lives on this occasion. Only 12 Muslimin had lost their lives. But because the kuffar came with their families, they came with their wealth, everything they brought onto the battlefield, 6,000 kuffar were taken as captives. And it is mentioned some children were also injured on this occasion. Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam warned them. He said, how can you harm children? How can you harm them? They are little children that are here. That we do not harm children. We do not harm elderly people on the occasion of war. So Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam reprimanded Sahaba. It is mentioned 6,000 people were taken as captives. 24,000 camels. One camel in today's time, so to say, like a BMW, like a Mercedes Benz. 24,000 camels they got as spoils of war. 40,000 goats they got as spoils of war, and 6,000 uqiyah. Uqiyah is a measure. 6,000 uqiyah of silver. All this came to the Muslimin. Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam told Abu Sufyan bin Harb, he said that I appoint you that we're not distributing the spoils of war now. You are in charge. Take care of the spoils of war, and later on we'll come to the point where they distributed the spoils of war in Ji'irrana. We'll continue from this point, inshallah.